Everybody, it's Melody Zen Maiden coming to you from the car, and just touching base today on a couple of little subjects. Let's talk about it, kind of thing. And I wanted to. I had just watched a video by Kelly Grodot 333, and was inspired by her message. I wanted to give her a shout out. So if you guys don't watch her or don't know who she is, check her out. Grodot, Grodot 333. Anyway, she's very inspirational. She's on a lap band journey, but she has some really amazing things to say, and she tells it like it is, so you know I love her. So anyway, wanted just to touch on some of the points on a couple of things I have listened to recently that I really like and agree with. And one of them, coming from Kelly's video, was she was talking about on the journey, we have to take ownership. And that means we can't just talk about what it is that we want. Well, we can, but we can't expect results from just talking about it or wanting it. We have to be willing to dedicate ourselves wholeheartedly to whatever it is that we set our mind to, whether it be our goal size or the pounds we want to weigh or what we want to look like in the mirror, or our health or our blood work, or whatever the things are, that motivate you on your journey. So each of us has different criteria of what we're looking to do. That said, obviously we all want to achieve good health. And sometimes that's the only thing that we want to get. And other times we want to look better too. So the thing is, you have to take responsibility for your choices, number one. I never thought I'd see myself in stripes. What's with this? But anyway, can you believe it? Actually, I can't either. Yeah, we have to take responsibility for what it is that we have decided is going to be a value for us on our journey. We cannot just sit back and say, well, yeah, I'd love to be a size 2. Well, yeah, we might want to be a size 2, or we might want to be a size 12, or whatever it is, or a size 20 even. We might want to be any of those things. Or we might want to weigh X amount of pounds on the scale. But we have to actually put into action a plan to get us where we want to go. And remember, whether you work out an hour and a half an hour, each of those things per day is going to give you a different result at the end of the day. So that, as well as, sorry, can't hold my dang camera still. That, as well as what we put into our mouth, okay, on a daily basis, getting enough calories in, making sure we don't get too many calories in. What type of calories are we taking in? Are we taking in our protein? Remember, we have to eat high protein for those of us who have had weight loss surgery. For those who have not, it's certainly a great way to keep the muscle mass in your body from deteriorating by taking in enough protein to compensate for the stress that the body comes under. So once we have those goals formulated in our mind, then the action plan needs to be formulated. What am I willing to do is what we each need to ask ourselves every single day, or once a week, or however many times you think that you might need to ask that question to yourself. And when the going gets rough, you have to repeat those things to yourself, whether it be in the mirror, whether it be on the phone, or via YouTube, or via text message, whatever it takes for you. If you're lacking motivation at any given moment, you need to come back and readdress those things in your mind. What is it that I want? How bad do I want it? That's the next question. Do I just want to say that that's what I want to do? Or am I willing to take the steps that it's going to take to bring myself to where I want to be? So those are some of the things I also think about. Kelly made a lot of great points in her video, and I do hope you'll check it out. But those points are absolutely key on the journey, guys. If we're not willing to do what it takes to get where we want to go, then we're not going to get where we want to go. Unless we're just absolutely lucky and we just, eat whatever we want and the weight flies off. I don't think that's any of our situation, or we wouldn't be on any weight loss surgery journey, and we wouldn't be on in the weight loss community, period. We're not just looking to lose 10 pounds. Maybe unless it's your last 10, of course, and congratulations if it is. I know you've worked really hard. But the thing is, what are we willing to do each day? And recommit to your goals each day. Make it happen. Plan it out. Do whatever it has to be done to do it. Whether it's if you work all day and then you go out to the gym an hour and a half, 2 hours, half an hour, whatever it is. Whether if you're walking, you go and you walk X amount of miles. If you're lifting weights, you go and do it for X amount of time, following a certain routine. Because over time, these things add up. There's small incremental steps. Every day is a step. Every single day is a step. And don't let what happened yesterday control what happens today. If you messed up yesterday and you were off track, or you gained, or you didn't follow one of your rules properly, don't let that get in the way of today. Today is a new day. And each day has to be taken as a separate section, a separate small step that put together give you the whole picture, the absolute whole picture. And that is the amazing part of all this. Nothing like this happens to us overnight. We didn't get like this overnight, and we're not going to get out of this state overnight. You have to love yourself along the way and acknowledge where you are and what needs to be done and what's going to be done to change the way things are. Otherwise, guys, things are just not going to change, and we all know that. We have to just every day, like I said, stop, re-examine your goals in the morning, at night, whatever time works for you. Whether you're reviewing your food diary or you're reviewing your fitness plan, whatever it is, make sure that you stop and forgive yourself for anything that you've done that was not contributing to the best well-being of your goal, and move forward. Okay? Like Kelly says, we got a lot of people in life willing to tear us down. Don't help them out. I love that saying because it's true. Beating yourself up. Like Rob says, you don't beat yourself up over things that happen at your work. You don't beat yourself up over you forgot something at the grocery store. So why would you beat yourself up over a mistake that you made yesterday? Guys, yesterday is gone and today is all we have. So if you're like me, I'm going to be doing this more often. I talk to myself every day, all day long about it. And sometimes I even bore myself. But you know what? Those steps, that mental retraining is what we need. We need to do whatever it takes. Like for me, I have to watch my water. I have to make sure I get enough in. I have to watch my protein. I have to watch my carbs. I have to keep them extremely low. If you guys are battling with the sugar monster, you just have to kick that bad boy to the curb and put a lid on him, shut the lid, and know that if that's a deterrent to your goal, then that boy needs to sit over on the side for a while. Not to say you can never go back and see him again. You can never have, you can never do. None of those things are true. Obviously, this is life. We're going to keep living it. And there's going to be times where we're going to do better and times when we're not going to do as well. But on the whole picture, we want to take a look and just make sure that we are taking the steps each day to where we want to end up. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk quickly about is the way that denial plays a role in our lives and in our journey. Denial is a very insidious little thing that just sort of slithers in. I think of it like a snake. It slithers in and kind of just takes itself a little spot in our minds. So when that happens, then we start sometimes making excuses for ourselves. Or saying, it's not that bad. It was only 2 Cheez-Its. It's not that bad. It was only a Cheeto. It was only a popcorn. It was only a sweet. As these little things creep back into your life, this is what you have to watch out for. Whether it's food, whether it's bad habits. Hello, bad habits. Whether it's, being too nice, whether it's being mean, whatever it is. Being in denial about the way we are is part of human nature. But the thing is, on our journey, on each person's individual journey, we have to take ownership. And we have to eliminate as much denial about that as we can. Because that extra almond or those extra 5 almonds or whatever add up. They all add up to calories, which add up to food that we put in our mouth. And these things, guys, we have to be accountable for. And whether we tell somebody about it or whether we don't, or whether we've allowed ourselves too many of this or too many of that, or too high of fat or too high of sugar, not enough this or that, we have to be honest with ourselves. We are on a pace. Each person has their own, and each person holds themselves accountable. There's no reason to be upset at yourself if you're going to allow yourself 5 minutes from now to go and eat a chip or 12 chips or whatever. It makes absolutely no sense, and that's probably how a lot of us got to where we are right now, or at our highest weight even. You know, I'm talking about right now, meaning at the starting point of our journeys. We obviously were all in denial at some point about the way things were, or we just didn't give a rat's ass, right? That's how things got out of hand, and that's how they ended up the way they were. So we have to take time, take ownership, look in the mirror, and say to yourself, what am I in denial about? What's real and what isn't? Because the mind can play tricks, and we all know this. The mind can play tricks on us. They could really fool us bad, and it really can kick you in the butt. So anyway, I'm just saying that, guys. I know that you all are aware, and this is not the first video that's been made on the subject, obviously. But it had been something that had been gnawing at my brain over and over and over and over. You know, I need to talk about denial. I need to talk about denial because it's an impedance. It's a stumbling block. It's a wall that we have to tear down, at least most of the time, okay? So that we can get where we want to go. And isn't that what it's all about, us getting where we want to go? That's what I'm talking about. All right. I thought you would agree. But anyway, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. I'm always thinking about stuff, and I know you guys are too, and I'd love to hear about it. So please share, and love you guys. Thanks for everything, all your support, and your continued making videos that are so inspiring to me. I really appreciate them. I watch them, and I love you all. Bye.